Hey guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 here, along with
Miss VR.
And yeah, we just finished reviewing the beige 12-259, and you can see here we have my Eton FRX3, which is hooked up to my TFT, which is actually monitoring WMIT.
I believe it was Jesus who changed Levi's name to Matt.
This is the radio I use. Sadly, the FRX2 had to be placed out of service. It just wasn't working. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. But, yeah. Now, as you can see, we've reviewed the FRX3 already. But, yeah. We reviewed this all the way back in Season 1. Not this particular one, but yeah, the FRX3 has been reviewed since Season 1. And then it came back as the FRX3 Yellow Jacket and the FRX3 Plus in Season 6. But this video is not about the FRX3. Because in this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be reviewing a radio that has a lot more features than the FRX3, but it looks just like it. So, without further ado, Valerie, you are going to like this, because in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the very nice-looking Eton Sidekick! Alright, the Eton Sidekick, and you can now see why I had it placed directly next to the FRX3, because they look very alike. I'll bring the camera over here so you can see it. But yeah, just look at it. Aren't they lovely? The Sidekick, Sidekick on the right, Sidekick on the right, FRX3 on the left. But the one thing I love, look at that display though. That is a wicked display. That is cool. I love that color. That looks beautiful.
Right?
The Sidekick's display looks awesome.
I know.
But let's just give you all the quick rundown of the differences between this and the FRX3. So this obviously is the FRX3. It has 1050 Hz activation. No Siren. It has an antenna which has experienced arthritis, unfortunately. Has a similar design to the Sidekick. You can see the hand crank on the FRX3, and you can see it on the Sidekick as well. But, yeah, it has a solar panel on top, a flashlight on the side, and yeah. That's the FRX3. But, the Sidekick has a lot more features than that. It has same 1050 Hz detection, a Siren from the Zone Guard and Zone Guard Plus, a hand crank, 2 flashlights, one on the side, and this big one on the back.
Reader's light.
Reading light. And it can be used as a Bluetooth speaker because it has Bluetooth and auxiliary. And it has a very, very nice looking solar panel as well as the hand crank. Because the hand crank itself, it actually rotates the Eton logo. Look, it's scrolling. Look, it's literally, if I can just, hang on. As fireworks are being launched again. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Eton, 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 Eton. It literally spins the logo along with the hand crank, not to mention that absolutely sexy looking display. Look
I
at
know.
that.
That is the best. Eton made a great smooth move when it comes to the sidekick.
Fun fact, this is basically an FRX5 just rebranded.
Right.
The FRX5 has different versions of the display. There's a red display, a yellow display, and a green display. And in our case, it has the green display. So we are going to look at the radio's cool quirks and features, and there are a lot of cool quirks, I will tell you.
Okay, Doug DeMiro.
Yes, I know, I'm Doug DeMiro. I'm telling you now, it has a lot of cool quirks on this thing, so it's going to be real mighty fine. So why don't we get into the next first feature? I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, but yeah, let's get to the first feature and test out the Siren.
Yep.
Okay, the Siren on the Eton Sidekick. So, as I've mentioned before, it has the same Siren as the Zone Guard. So, if I go over here and click EAS stuff and go to Weather Radio Tones 2020, then go to Warning, this is what the Sidekick basically sounds like.
Yeah, that's basically your everyday Eton Siren. You see that with the Zone Guard, you see that with obviously the Sidekick, as well as the FR70 as well.
And the FR800. And the 600.
Oh yes, the FR800, right.
And the 600.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just nothing new with the Eton Siren. I wish for like every single radio that they made with 10th voice detection, I wish that they made like a different siren, not just the same siren, you know?
Yeah. Well, they have different sirens for warning, watch, and advisory, but yeah.
Right, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Basically, like what with Midland, with the 100, the 120, as well as the ER collection, they all have different sirens. Eton with their collections, they all have the same siren.
Right.
I wish. Sorry.
No, I'm like trying to figure out what to do here.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to do a...
I'm trying to like figure out how to do the setup. How do you like input it? Because yeah, I'm already trying to look at the setup. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do this. That's cell. Do you hold down menu or something? I have no idea how to use it.
This is why you look at the manual before you do it.
Yeah, but it looked easier than this.
You think we should call up Nicholas?
No.
If he's not busy.
He's busy, I think, but, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know there's a way to go in here, but we'll get to we'll get to the setup later. I think I might know.
Oh, and hello. Considerable flash flood for Chesapeake.
Oh shit. PDSFW. Crap. Anyways, yeah, let's get into the next feature, and that would be the fact that this radio's setup is quite confusing already. So I had to look at the manual. Yeah, the setup is pretty confusing because to select something in the menu, you have to press menu right here, pretty self-explanatory button, and you actually use the scroll wheel, the tuning knob, to scroll by the options. But you want to know how you select it? To select it, you press the WB alert button and then it will select.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
To be honest, That is the most confusing shit I've ever seen on any Eton.
Showers.
Right.
Loads around 50.
Sorry, I was just playing around with my FR370. Speaking of which, I should probably bring this up. So this is gonna be like a little comparison moment. So here I have my, give me 1 second to flex. This is my Eton FR370 Red LL Bean Edition. As you can see, it does have the Alert WB button as well, right on the top where my finger is. And really, I don't really do anything. It just turns on the alert. But power it on, pretty simple.
Showers. Highs in the mid-70s.
Just hit the power button. And then I should probably also bring this up too, since we're comparing things. This is my FRX2. This is the American Red Cross edition that you've seen in the FRX2 review that Michael did with his blue analog version. Just on volume knob. That's basically it, and that is copyright music. Oops.
That's fine, I didn't get much of it, but that has to be the most confusing shit I've ever seen on any Eton's radio setup in a long time. Mm-hmm. And also, why is the time set to fucking... Oh, right, Central Time. This is... Yeah, this is...
Central Time, am I right?
Yeah, I set it an hour forward, so, because, yeah, that was bugging me for a while. But, yeah... The setup on this thing is sort of confusing, but once you get the hang of it, who would have thought that WB was the select button? I didn't!
Me
but
neither.
Also, is it just me, or does this feel a bit uneven? It is uneven! Huh.
Hold up, let me see.
It is uneven.
Let me take a closer look, cause...
No, look. Look. Look, this is just standing up. Look, the FRX3 is fine. Look, this is the FRX3. Yeah. It takes a bit of force to like tilt it, but look at this. The Sidekick is uneven. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It's uneven.
I see what you mean now.
I'm not even moving it now. Look. It's uneven. Oh, there's actually a huge lump in the bottom from the way this thing is designed because of how thick it is. Well then.
That's a major design flaw for me, Ton.
Well then. Yeah, I like how the Eton FRX3 just looks so fucking basic next to it.
Right.
So
this just looks like a pipsqueak.
It is.
Place this guy next to the fucking, place this guy next to the FRX, the Sidekick, or say the FRX4, because it's basically like the better version of the FR2. This thing's gonna look puny, pipsqueak, and just like the FR3, basic.
Yeah, I would say so, pretty much. But yeah, we got a lot of features and topics to cover on this thing, so why don't we get to the fact that it has this very, very nice looking hand crank.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the hand crank on the Eton Sidekick. So, this is obviously the FRX3's hand crank. It's very self-explanatory. But with the Sidekick, it's the same story, but if you look here, the Eton logo, as I've said, it rotates along with it.
Is it me, or is it quieter than the FR3?
It is quieter, a lot quieter.
That's correct. And on that note, I reintroduce my two Eton radios again. So, obviously, the FR370 and FRX2 also have hand brakes, as you can see by clearly them sticking up. So, this is a demonstration of the solar link. Oops. And then here is the FRX2's hand crank.
Dude, that is noisy.
Yeah, as you can see, it is a little bit louder compared. But here, let me redo the FR370s because I was doing it like this instead of like this. A little louder, or excuse me, a little quieter, but compared to the FR370, compared to the Sidekick, between the FR370, yeah, you definitely want the quieter hand crank. So, the Sidekick, it definitely wins the hand crank competition.
Right, but the thing is, they all work.
Right. It's just that all four of them have different volumes in terms of hand cranks. It looks pretty smooth too, from what I'm seeing.
It is very smooth.
Right on. Wait a minute, when did the Sidekick come out?
It's a new radio. I think it came out in like 2017.
Eton Sidekick. Let me see. Oh, what? No way. Bass Pro Shop has it. So does Cabela's.
Yeah, they sell radios.
Yeah, well, I know that. Let's see. Oh, there's a Scorpion. I'm on the website right now. It does tell me that there's a sale on it, but other than that, it does not give me like when it was introduced. That was the word. Now this might be helpful.
Maybe it'll say it in the manual. But yeah.
Probably.
So, we're going to talk about a bad feature on the Sidekick now, and that would be the antenna is unfortunately not so great.
Agreed.
Okay, the antenna on the Eton Sidekick. I should also note that this is not the original antenna. It's not the original antenna, because the original one broke. No surprise. Because these antennas are notorious for breaking off. Look at this. This is the top portion of the Sidekick. You can see where the antenna resides inside. They kind of tried to do it like the Midland ER210 and 310. That's what they tried to do, but they failed miserably. Because as you can clearly see, you can clearly see that this is not the original antenna. It's just not, you know? It's not the original antenna. There's no possible way that this is the original antenna, because the thing is, it just, you know, has a lot of wear and tear from it, but Mitchell fixed it with another antenna that wasn't the original. So yeah, this is not the original antenna, because the original antenna broke. Then again, are you really surprised? It's
Not really,
Eton.
no.
The build quality on these antennas aren't exactly the best. Plus,
No,
not to
really.
mention, the antenna is shorter than that of the FRX3.
Yeah, not to mention, some of the Eton antennas, they don't really get all that great signals either. Especially this guy right here. Oh, what this tiny ass antenna? Can you blame it?
Yeah.
It can get barely anything.
But why don't we get into a good feature on this thing? I really want to discuss the sleek design of this thing, because it just looks oh, it looks beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Okay, the design of the Eton Sidekick. What more could you want with a nice green display such as that? That is just sick.
Plus, with the with the blackness of the quality of it going against the green. I mean, come on, that's like the best combination you can have in anything, really.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I love the design. I like how they followed in the footsteps of the FRX3, because this is literally like a successor in terms of design to the FRX3. The FRX5 also has a similar design. The FRX5, the FRX5 BT, and this. This is essentially an FRX5 BT. So yeah, you can see how they...
While we're on the topic of, sorry, go ahead.
So you can clearly see the patterns here. This is absolutely based on the FRX3. The FRX3 is the more simpler version of this.
Michael, while we're going on the FRX series, let me introduce to you basically the best version of the FRX series in terms of like small stuff. So for those of you who haven't seen the FRX4, it's basically like a miniature, more compact version of the Sidekick or the FRX5. I'll go ahead and place a picture in Michael's Messenger DMs. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's an FRX4 out there.
That's that right there. So you can see it also has, I believe it also has, does it have, I don't think it does.
Does it have what? I don't think so. It could, but look at...
Not.
It does not. But look at it. It looks... It's just like... It's like a mini Sidekick. So there's clearly some design inspiration from the two radios. But yeah. Can I just say... I absolutely love the design of the Sidekick. It looks so sleek. It looks awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
One of the sleekest radios. That's like one of the sleekest radios I've seen, especially from Eton. Their radios, in my opinion, they tend to be not so sleek.
Oh my god.
But anyways, enough of basically orgasming over the design of it. What's the next What's next quality?
Next quality.
Feature, Michael?
Oh yeah, the next feature. Yeah, the solar panel. It has a solar panel. Okay, so the solar panel on the Eton Sidekick. So the solar panel is actually very curved. It feels curved. And it's not flat like the FRX3, but it does work good, obviously, for some natural conditions, because once you're out and about, you have the option of charging the radio with the solar panel. And also, I should mention that, okay, let's just say that, if you wanted to, hang on, can you access the battery in this thing? Well, guess what? If you wanted to replace the battery, well, you can't. It has an inaccessible battery. But that's okay, because those battery packs are known for lasting long enough. But, yeah. It is 9:30. Oh, Holly just messaged me. Hang on a sec.
How's she doing?
She's doing okay. Hang on a sec. I think I know what this is about. I think it's probably about...
Bernie.
Hang on a sec.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Say that with uncertainty.
I'm looking at some, well then.
What?
We might have a furry friend joining us for the reviews tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's bringing his cat over.
Oh my god, he got a cat? Well, I'll be at the mall with a couple of friends tomorrow, so I have no idea what time I'll be available, so... But when I get home, I definitely want to go, so not only could I be a part of the reviews, but also hang out with him again, also because cat.
Yes, it's Benji. Benji's gonna be in my house.
What kind of cat is he? Do you know?
No, I don't. I've only seen Benji like once.
What, was it in a call or something?
Yeah.
So that explains the AUX name, Benji Cat.
Yep. And Monty Cat. Because he has a cat named Monty.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's where the name Monty Cat 33 comes from. And Benji Cat 33. He legit names it after his cats.
Of course I still have my cats. Miss AC and Miss DC.
Sweet. Second. But yeah, the reason why is because, yeah, while they were over here, he was locked up in his tiny little cage all day.
Aww.
Poor little geek. I swear to God, if he makes a spamming mess on my keyboard, like he did to Mitchell that one time. But, yeah. Yes. Back to the solar panel. So the solar panel is obviously very good. And, it does feel pretty curvy, if I do say so myself. It does feel like curvy, like the top. But it also acts good, especially in the sunlight. So, there's definitely going to be some nice stuff. Yeah. Anyways, so, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next feature, and that would be the flashlight. Damn, that's bright. Okay, the flashlight on the Eton Sidekick. Obviously, it is very bright. It almost looks purple like this, but it's not, and it's, wow. It is really messing up the refresh rate on the camera. Clearly we got some issues. But, that's normal. Especially for a camera that records in 1080p 60i! But, yeah, the flashlight on this is very bright. Actually, I'm gonna turn this off. The flashlight on it is actually quintessentially bright. And it's not too bad, actually. It's actually much brighter than I was expecting it to be. So, yeah. Perfection, if I do say so myself. It does.
As good as the FR370 flashlight.
Yeah. The only thing it doesn't have... What?
It doesn't have an SOS light, does it?
No, it does not.
Oh.
Wait, does it?
Well, don't blind yourself while trying to find it.
No, wait, I think it does. I think it does have one. But I don't know how to activate it, though. Oh,
and then we have
the back.
This guy right here.
Yeah, this is the reading light. This is the big version of the flashlight, but yeah, why don't we get into the reading light next? Okay, the reading light. So, yeah. This thing is, like I said, let me turn off the main light to my room. Oh yeah, that's very good. Bruh. Alright, let me turn this off and turn that off and turn this off. Wow, that is actually a pretty bright light. It's almost like the same light as my lamp, actually. That's legit what it is. Holy shit! But yeah, just with the light off, I mean, the reading light makes wonders. I do like how it literally takes up the entire back of the radio. Oh, one of my batteries finished charging. Now for the second one. Okay, so yeah. The reading light is actually very nice. It's nice and big too, and that's what she said too, but that's besides the point. The point is, it's almost as good as the Kaito Voyager Pro's running light. It's bright and it's really nice. I like it. So that's another good feature added to the list on the Eton Sidekick. But yeah, why don't we get into some more features and let's discuss the auxiliary capabilities on the side. Okay, so before we get into the auxiliary capabilities, Val, you said you had something to say?
So, my FRX2 is now apparently a hairbrush.
Why?
And my hairbrush is apparently an FRX2.
You almost used your FRX2 as a hairbrush, didn't you?
Literally! I did not realize I had this in my hand. I thought it was the handle of my brush. I went like this. I'm like, that's not a bristle.
You clumsy fuck.
Oi! Says mister, if it don't fit, don't force it over there up on this bitch.
That's not my... Fuck.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because you tried putting the pineapple fucking cradle.
Fuck you,
I
bitch.
was there.
Fucking season 5. Haven't done it since.
Let's not forget the time where you had your 993 in the other hand and a charging cable in the other.
Where's my fucking... Oh, God. Okay, let's get to it. The auxiliary capabilities. So, as I've said, we are going to use my very famous MP3 player that's been in use since season 1. And it's right here. And I'm going to use it with the FRX3's cousin, the Sidekick. So let's plug it in there. And it's on the side. I'm going to turn the MP3 player on. And now I'm going to power on the radio. And now it's in AUX mode. It doesn't matter what band you have it on. It's going to detect AUX. So I'm going to put it on channel 6 because I can. Okay. You ready for some AUX? Pass that AUX cord and no. Oh, fuck. Okay. Pass that AUX cord and no. I'm not going to play trash. I can assure you that.
I would hope not.
Okay, let's see. Alright, let's see how the Eton Sidekick sounds in AUX mode in 3, 2, 1, play. try another song. It obviously works good. What else do I have on here? Oh yeah, this.
Michael?
Yeah.
Do you ever get so hungry where you mistakenly read something as like a fast train?
Yes.
So, context. I was checking out iBot, right? Because I saw there was a notification, especially on the Birmingham tab. What it said: BMX 10th time, a flood warning valid at April 10th, 8:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time for Tom Bigby River at Evil Lockendam AL. What I thought it said? Taco Bell River.
Oh my god. Oh my.
I'm not even Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, let's try another song on this for AUX. Look at this. How suiting! How suiting.
Very soothing. Why are you so clear?
It sounds great. What?
My order's been picked up.
It works. What's next? I am playing a lot of songs. I am playing a lot of songs through here.
Ooh, Michael, something we haven't heard
What?
in a while about the star.
Oh god, I don't think I have that on here. Do I have it? No, I do not.
You should probably add that in at some point.
Here's something we haven't heard though in a while. I noticed it's dodging the speaker a little bit, like it's crackling it.
I can't barely hear it.
It's a bit too loud for the Sidekick. So it does have some volume sensitivity, unfortunately. Okay, the Bluetooth capabilities on the Eton Sidekick. Also, by the way, my aux cable that I used for this is actually a Radio Shack aux cord. I don't know if you can see that, but it's branded by Radio Shack. We are not sponsored by Radio Shack because they're fucking dead.
But their legacy will live forever in our hearts.
Yep. Oh wait, I forgot I shut my phone off. What the fuck?
Good job.
I don't know why. The battery's fully charged. See, look, it powers up right there, but...
I'm hungry.
I hope I'm not holding you up, but... Oh, it bluted. Bluted?
No,
It bluted! It bluted up! let's try some files on my phone to play through Bluetooth. So in order to engage Bluetooth on here, you have to press the AM/FM, and it should say Bluetooth right here on the screen. And after that, it is engaged. So you go into your Android or Apple device. In this case, I have an iPhone. And you just go to your Bluetooth section, and it should say this, Eton, right below other devices. So you click that, and you are officially paired with your Sidekick. Bluetooth capabilities. So let's play some music or videos or files through this thing.
The future of Eton.
What's this? Let's try this. Let's try this. Oh my god, it works. This is through Bluetooth. This is through Bluetooth. Wireless playing of music. Wireless music playing. Perfect. It actually works good. And this is the season 10 intro. So that clearly works. Anyways.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm about to go onto YouTube on my iPhone and search up some stuff. I'm not sure what video to play without getting copyrighted material besides my own videos. Because I don't want to... actually... Oh, hey, wait a minute. She ain't mounting. Oh, wait, hang on. Maybe it'll come up in a minute now. Come on. There it goes. Yay! Just because on the date that this is being filmed, it's April 9th. So, 18 days before this, the anniversary of this happened.
People in Bessemer, in Hueytown, in Lipscomb, Pleasant Grove.
Rest in peace to these people.
Rock Creek, and even Oak Grove for about 15 more minutes to be in a safe place. And again,
Welcome
we
back.
don't want anybody driving Interstate 5920. That's the major thoroughfare going northwest and southeast here. Nobody should be driving on any of these highways out here in the western part of Jefferson County. Continues moving steadily to the east-northeast. It's going to take it right into downtown Birmingham. So again, Wylam and Inslee, these southern Powderly, these communities out in the southwestern part of Birmingham, downtown Birmingham, all the major hospitals should be on your tornado code right now, where you've got the patients in hallways away from windows. All major businesses in downtown Birmingham should have your employees away from windows. Every restaurant should have your customers away from windows. And again, this is a tornado emergency for the city of Birmingham, and that we have had major damage. At least one person has been killed in Tuscaloosa this afternoon from this tornado, and that is very preliminary. There is severe damage in Tuscaloosa, and there's been absolutely no change in structure with this storm. So this is a tornado emergency for the city of Birmingham. And Jason, there's some of the arrival times, and again, it is a clear-cut case where there's no doubt you have to do what's right to keep you and your family safe, you and your employees safe. Debris is falling now in downtown Birmingham. Let's go to our downtown Birmingham Skycam. The debris that we're getting in downtown Birmingham is falling from the Tuscaloosa tornado. There's a chance you might find check stubs and papers from people in Tuscaloosa. Sometimes with a severe situation like this, we might find papers from Tuscaloosa in Georgia, or even around Chattanooga, Tennessee. So again, in downtown Birmingham right now, we have a situation where...
Rest in peace to all those guys who died on 4/27/11. But since I'm making the Wedge 3, I figured that would be somewhat appropriate, but yeah, no disrespect. But yeah, again, this is it's just a video that I wanted to play through here. So obviously the Bluetooth function works brilliantly. So to just disconnect it, you just go here and then click disconnect. And then that's how it disconnects. So yeah, it can use your phone, Android or iOS, with Bluetooth for this radio. How cool is that? That's pretty cool. So, why don't we go ahead and get into the next feature? And that would be the speaker quality. Okay, the speaker quality on the Eton Sidekick. So if I take out this...
We should probably get napkins.
Yeah, you probably should. But yeah, let's try out the speaker quality. So raise the antenna and come right over here and change the band to no other radio. Hang on. So we know for a fact that the speaker quality sounds decent, but now we're going to test out something that is very important to the speaker quality being figured out, and that's the reception. Okay, the reception on the Eton Sidekick. Let's try it out.
Daylight time. These are the 9 p.m.
So we already know that this radio is not going to get any signal in here, so let's go outside again. Okay, we're here outside with the Eton Sidekick. Let's try it out.
Once again at 9 p.m. at the Charlotte Airport. It was 72 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Wow.
It's Statesville.
Are you serious?
With a temperature of 72 at Statesville. 72 at...
Bruh, I can't even pick up anything. Even outside. I'm sorry, but the reception is terrible because of this damn antenna. Oh, man. So, anyway, moving on, because this has AM/FM capability. Okay, the AM/FM capability on the Eton Sidekick. Let's get to it.
Grease. Ingalls is a proud supporter of Radiothon to benefit Prisma Health Children's Hospital Upstate. You can help by purchasing a paper icon at any Upstate South Carolina Ingalls store for just $1. Your donation will help provide life-saving services to the children in our area.
The Vince Coakley radio program.
The same things happen to a lot of Republicans. Politics transcends spiritual values, and it's obsessive. Really disturbing to watch this. On the text line, by the way, Vince, no judge has heard any evidence referring to the election. The cases are dismissed based on clerical errors, like no standing. No evidence has been presented. But yet you're a liar with a bunch of morons listening to you. I pray every day you get taken off the air. This is what I'm talking about. This borders on, and I don't hesitate to say, a mental illness, the obsession, because I think it begins with Donald Trump and his obsession to win. I'm not saying winning is a bad thing, but I'm saying so many people are so emotionally, physically, and every way possible invested in this man. They can't see straight. And I've been warning about this for years. And now I'm watching this descend into greater depths of just insanity.
The Vince Coakley radio program. Weekdays 10 to noon on
1063.
1063 WORD.
The Upstate's talk station.
Now for AM.
I don't know about really what his...
Wow, that's WLAC in Nashville.
On the vaccine passport, but kind of wait and see, and can I make it work for me? But my next question to you is, now you've been calling more so, you and Jesse Kelly and Ben Shapiro.
Wow, so it actually picks it up quite nicely on both bands. The only thing is this damn antenna ruins the reception. And even with the original antenna, despite being so crappy, I bet you it would have gotten the same exact result. But in this case, it's pretty blatantly obvious that, yeah, the reception's, it's not good, mate. Okay, the next feature on the Eton Sidekick, the ability to charge your cell phone. So yes, just like the FRX3, you can charge your cell phone with it. So let's go ahead and get the lightning cable from my iPhone and use it with that. So, plug that in. So let's go ahead and plug it into my iPhone. And then to activate it, you just press this button right here that says cell. And it's now charging my cell phone, even though it's 100% charged already. And the ringer's off for some reason, but look at this, it works. Perfect. No, perfect, it works. It's actually charging my cell phone. Straight from the battery pack. Perfect. Okay. So. All right. So we obviously know that it works. So that's definitely a good thing. So why don't we get into the next feature, and that is the build quality. Not the ba-ding-ding quality, but the build quality. Let's get to that. Okay, the build quality on the Eton Sidekick. So let's take a quick look. The only problem is that the antenna is obviously extremely flimsy. I mean, just look at it. It's flimsy as shit. It really is. Because it has that thin top part for the base, and then it just has that part that protrudes out, you know? But...
Right.
But yeah, the antenna, in terms of build quality, I don't like it. It's shit. But let's take a look at the rest of the radio. The hand crank looks to be in good shape. Looks like it can last a while. The volume and tuning knobs seem to be in perfect working order. The display is obviously very cool looking and wicked as shit. The flashlights are obviously good as well. The reading light's pretty good. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's beautiful green backlight. I love that. That is cool. The tuner is bulletproof practically. It has a nice sounding speaker. Good Bluetooth reception. Bad weather reception. I could not get anything except channel 6. Even outside. It was that bad. Yeah. Imagine having a radio where you can only pick up one fucking station.
Yeah, it totally couldn't be me.
Really? Let me guess. The FRX2.
I mean, it can pick it up, but like, not very well. Here, let me show you.
Well, I would imagine so, because those things have such tiny as shit antennas. They don't even work half the time.
See?
Terrible. Terrible. But, honestly, the build quality on this thing is decent. It's pretty good. The only downside is that antenna. If the antenna was built better, it would have been an S rank. But, you guys know the rules. It's good, but that antenna is what brings it down dramatically. Okay, the final thoughts on the Eton Sidekick. This is an excellent weather radio. It has lots of massively cool features. It really has a lot of good stuff. The only problem is that stupid, funky antenna setup. It's like they tried to copy the ER210 and the 310, but they failed. As I've said already. Nicholas, I'm trying to show you the fucking transmitter, but the goddamn shitternet won't send it. He means this. This is a transmitter that Mitchell gave me. Wireless FM transmitter, and it's actually legal to use. So, anyways, the build quality's good. The reception's bad. Because, yeah. Reception on this thing is a big no-no. Because of that terrible antenna. It's crap. I've been telling you. Alright. So, where do I end it here? Well, to tell you the truth, I mean, it is a nice radio. it really is a nice radio. But to be fair, it's just, it could have been better. Well, if it had a better antenna, it could have had a lot more potential at being a better radio, but it is what it is. So on that note, if you want to get an Eton Sidekick with an expensive price tag of $80, go right ahead and pick one up. I would say bring it down to 60, but shit. It's Eton for you. But also, I should mention this play pause button on the side controls the Bluetooth. So, on that note, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for future videos like this. Also subscribe to Miss VR over here, and also subscribe to MontyCat33, the Siren Geek, and also check out their EAS channels, BenjiCat33 and the EAS Geek. Their channels will be in the description below. And also I would like to thank them personally again for allowing me to review their radios for a temporary period. So definitely good. Alright, so on that note, thank you guys for watching. This is Clay Ranger 143 signing out along with
Miss VR.
And we'll see you on the next episode of Radio Reviews. And the FRX3, you can go back into your little cubby monitoring WMIT. We'll see you then.